Welcome to the shit show.
Yep. It's the youngest podcasters alive. Tim and Tom.
Aww.
You see that little video of the Outrunners with the Doncaster? I'll have to find it again. It's into it's good stuff. They've got some good little,
they always got good stuff.
Gold. They're good stuff.
I got their action figures. I pre-ordered their action figure, all three of them, Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. It's the first thing I did when I got a new job. I was like, guess what I'm buying now? That. Because I was like, I'm not buying it if I don't have a fucking job, because that's stupid to buy. Didn't buy any action figures, and I've bought 8 since I got hired. So I was just like, there it is.
Is that the only reason you were like, fuck it, I'll get a job?
A little bit.
Acted like you were like, I'm done. I might just like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I might just dabble for change on the side of the street. And you're like, I've got enough.
I do. And I should.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my health issues, I'd still be unemployed.
Yeah. If this wasn't America. Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were in a place that cared about its citizenry and, healthcare wasn't,
Yeah. If
at the counter fucking cost. Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't have like reoccurring medication that I had to continually get so that I wasn't in pain, I think I'd be like, let's just start in 2027. Because like I will say, I am a little bit bored. You know what I mean? So like, it is good to, but I think I would have gave it till 2027.
Yeah, it's not like I was gonna go find any meaningful hobby or mission to guide my life. I'm just gonna get a job.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's challenges, right? Because sometimes I don't, because like hobbies are enjoyable. And so sometimes when it's like, I just want to beat someone's ass at something that they think I can't do. Like that's a job. And so, you know what I mean?
I don't know my shit.
Yeah,
Boom.
Exactly.
Look at this Excel spreadsheet, motherfucker. Look at all this.
Honestly, that's 80% of my motivation when I work is like, you don't fucking think I'm smart? Fuck you. Bop, 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 bop. Your job is easier now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
put it on the table, sir. Let's see what you brought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liverpool chat is in the chat, says, hey guys, hope you are well. Well, Tom's doing well, right? He's gearing up to make great relationships at his new job. Just getting ready. Yeah.
And it's opening day. Now the Royals did not play today. They play tomorrow in Atlanta. So that's their official opening day. But last night and then really today, because then most of the other teams played. But happy. There it is. Happy opening day to those who celebrate, which I am one. Go Royals. Hot. I put a significant amount of money. Speaking of hobbies and money, I put a significant amount of money on the Royals to win the division. No, not the World Series, but to win the division.
Speaking of doing that, you can put a lot of money on the All Elite Wrap-Up by going to alleelitewrapup.com. There's 2 ways to donate there. If you feel like giving us some money, we would happily accept it. By the way, you could, man, let me find that clip, Tom. Let me find the clip. In fact, let me just play it. That reminds me, the beer sponsor of the week this week is nobody, because nobody went onto alleelitewrapup.com and donated us some money and said, hey, we want to be the beer sponsor of the week. Nobody did that. You should do that just like nobody did this week.
That's a great PSA.
See, we've got a lot. Yeah, we got use out of that, right? So do that. Go there, donate some money. Say, hey, I want you guys to go buy some beers. By the way, donate enough money to buy beers. Want to make sure you guys it's 2026. Check your beer prices if you haven't bought beer recently. Donate some money and be like, go get some beers. And then we'll tell everybody as we drink those beers here how awesome you are. Right? Like all the cool things about you. We'll spend a lot of time on the show just telling them great things about you, how good you smell, all the philanthropic things you do.
Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll one up that too. If you do that and you're in the chat live with us on the podcast, we will ask you questions too. For example, if it was Liverpool chat, I would ask Liverpool chat, is he excited about the World Cup? Who are the favorites in the World Cup?
Are you going to come to America and watch any of it?
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't come here. Not because we don't want you. It's because there it is. Because that he's fat. He is fat. That's a good one too. Yeah. Oh, I'm 220 with 7% body fat.
These all work.
Piss off then.
Oh, yeah. All right.
No, I mean, it all works for him. Yeah, it all works for him. But Tim, how are you doing then? So I got opening day and pending job. So what's going on in your world?
Oh, fine, man. Just living life, working, trying to figure out a way to not do that, right? Figure out if there's a way I could just like live and not work. You know what I mean?
And your son came a cut hairs close to getting a 300.
Came that close. Came on the 10th frame in the second roll. Did a 9 split on the last, what is that? 289, I think. So it's his new PR because he had it before where like he had done that spare somewhere in the, the middle.
Did he pick up the spare on the split?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Okay, well, good. At least that. Yeah. Because that would suck
Yeah, but,
on an open.
He said he thought it was good too. Like when he rolled, he's like, cool. And then it just like, he's like, motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
It happens, man.
Weird.
The bowling, man. These bowlers. You bowl, man. It takes a lot of work.
Did you check out the HBO series yet?
I have not seen it yet. No,
I haven't either. I want to.
No.
I saw another commercial for it, and I really want to.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
But
cool.
Tim, let's talk about AEW. But I do want to get. I saw this come across my news wire right before we started recording, and I wanted to get your feedback on this because there's a prominent AEW fixture that's been MIA for quite some time. And for most of that time, it was considered that he would be going back to Magamania because that's where he started. And also, maybe that's
he'd
his
been
beliefs.
hinting like it. He'd been almost like saying it. Yeah.
So now on March 25th, Chris Jericho has filed for the trademark Cornerstone. So what do you think? What if I tell you, hey, Jericho's going to come back with the gimmick of Cornerstone? Does that lean more towards AEW or does that lean more towards WWE in your opinion?
I mean, it makes more sense of saying a cornerstone is often like one of the first things laid and it's a foundational piece of a building. It makes more sense to say that about Chris Jericho in regards to AEW. Sure, he could go say that in WWE, and look, they're known for not always having to make sense about things. I mean, look, maybe AEW doesn't either. It's pro wrestling. So, like, sure, but it also, it's a stretch over there, right?
It is, because the history is like, well, Andre would be a cornerstone, right? Like Andre the Giant, Bruno Sammartino, Hogan, those are cornerstones.
Could it be a Carney move where he's like, somebody's gonna want this, and then he's gonna get in somebody's ear and be like, you should call yourself the Cornerstone, and be like, by the way, I could sell you the fucking
yeah. Now the idea of someone doing that, especially like Jericho, that wouldn't
from Jeff Jarrett, right?
Yeah, that would not shock me. Which, by the way, I saw Jeff Jarrett wrestled Paul Walter Hauser in a match over the weekend.
That happened.
Yeah, and I was just like, Paul, what, brother? You're better than that. Come on, man. Yeah. But yeah, that happened. But what also happened, Tim?
I think you're talking about the slap nuts.
Oh yeah,
Call them slap nuts. The crowd loves it.
Well, yeah, you want to get over, kid? Wear a crown. Call yourself the king. And if you want to be a heel, call them slap nuts.
You ever consider dyeing your hair blonde?
Yeah. You ever considered selling gold to seniors who don't understand that it's actually not gold?
You should get tanned. And by the way, I've got a great idea. If you want to like franchise a line of tanning locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you really want to screw over the promoter, what you should do is hold out right before you walk out to the ring. Yeah. But you know who isn't a carny? Most of the AEW talent. And we watched Dynamite last night. There are probably a couple. Yeah, there's probably
some of them. They're waiting. Yeah.
And we were in St. Paul.
Maybe.
We were in St. Paul, Minnesota, the granddaddy of them all. And Tim, we said, hey,
I saw this was one of only 4 arenas that have held an ECW pay-per-view and an AEW event.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I never got to see ECW. That was a sad thing. I mean, on TV, but I'm saying in person.
Yeah, I'm talking like original ECW.
Yeah, not the Christian and all that bullshit. Ezekiel Jackson and all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
But we were in St. Paul, Minnesota, And AEW, their Excel spreadsheet said main events go first because we started this with Swerve Strickland and Kenny Omega.
I keep saying this too. I don't hate this idea too. It is 2026. The attention spans are shit, right? The idea used to be like, keep them waiting. People don't wait. People don't fucking wait. I can come back and look at this later. Fuck you, right? Like I can find it later. Hit them with the start, man. Grab that attention to go. Let's go.
Yeah, I do like, though, I will say this, and this may be just the fight fan in me. I do like when the big fight is the last fight and we check in with them periodically leading into the fight. You know what I mean? Like you'll
True.
see classic boxing cards.
It's great.
Where you'll see, like, as the example, let's just say Mike Tyson, right? You would see Mike Tyson walk to the ring or walk to the venue from the parking lot that like after the second fight. And then after the fifth fight, you'd see him in his gloves and he's like getting his hands wrapped and all of that. And then like right before the co-main event, you see him hitting pads and then the main event's there. So like, I do like that aspect of it, but yeah.
Oh, and I do too. I agree. Like the idea of building that anticipation is all great, and I like it. And it's old school pro wrestling even to like, you know, do the promos and check in, right? And we see him working out in the back and that kind of stuff, and I like it. I guess you do this when you think you don't like you're going to do something later in the show off of this result, and I guess we did, but that was nothing but a promo. And I don't feel like, I mean, I don't know exactly when Dynasty is, but like we got time, right? We don't gotta.
Yeah. Well, you should know when Dynasty is because you got to wear that Jeff Jarrett shirt. But they also said, hey, next week we're doing a contract signing. So they did do something as far as like getting you to tune in next week.
But
the
didn't
other
he
thing
say a bunch of shit that he's just going to say at that fucking...
Yeah. I will say this, though. It does say, hey, when our show starts, that means you have to be watching. Because like you said,
we're going to hit you with some shit.
The main event, I'll miss the first 30 minutes.
I don't need a formula. We don't have to be either way, but I like that they switch it up. But like sometimes I like to like, hey, oh, motherfucker, ring the bell. It's champion coming out the gate. Uh-oh, what do you...
Well, I'm checking the rundown. And technically, it wasn't right before the main event, but the last match before the main event were the women.
We should have swapped those too. I'm going to talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah, but let's talk about it. So we had our AEW World Championship #1 contendership versus
Men's World Championship.
Men's World Championship versus the EVP status. So Kenny Omega, your executive vice president, putting his title on the line.
Title shot on the line.
And Swerve Strickland. Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
He's putting both on the,
Did he put both on the line?
Or did Swerve have the #1 shot? Swerve had the #1 shot. He was the #1 contender. Remember he said that in the thing.
Yes.
Swerve was the #1 contender.
Swerve was #1 contender.
Now it's all connected.
Kenny was EVP. Okay, because I was like,
EVP,
wait a minute.
so we're putting those on the line, and somebody's going to walk away with both of those things.
Gotcha. There it is. Yeah. They didn't do a great job of telling you going into the last pay-per-view, hey, this is going to be for #1 contendership. Because like I mentioned,
I don't think that was the plan. I think it was just
because as mentioned, Andrade beat both of these guys, and he beat Bandito at the pay-per-view and nothing.
Ricochet even later, not the spoiler, kind of says like, wait, he won one match, he's like #1 contender. And I think that was a kind of a reason to like overlook that is like, oh no, he won 2 matches, guys. Look,
right. And look,
he put something on the line for it. And like,
and Kenny Omega is a former champion, so again, in the world of kayfabe, it makes total sense. Going back to
if he walked into WWE today, he'd be in the world title picture. Like he's just that kind of guy.
Even in real sports, even though he fucking sucks and he's no good anymore, but when Conor McGregor comes back, he could easily fight for a championship, like in his first fight. So he sucks and he's a cokehead.
Yeah, money talks, man. It's about
Oh, trust me, I know.
Hall of Fame means Hall of Famous.
You're right. Yep. You are right. So we get Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, and we get a knockdown, drag out fight, right? We get 1-2 kick out by Omega, 1-2 kick out by Swerve, V trigger, house calls,
this is awesome's in there.
All the stuff, right? And it ends with Omega nailing another V trigger and then a one-winged angel, and no one kicks out from that. Except for
Nobody.
Jon Moxley in the death match, which no one likes to talk about, but that was real. And he remains the executive vice president and now is your new number one contender. So, Tim, talk to me a little bit about how you feel that Kenny Omega is now our number one contender.
He is the number one contender. He's the executive vice president. He can defeat the most dangerous man in AEW. So he's pretty awesome, I guess. This kind of came out of nowhere, I feel like. We did a fast Kenny Omega, right? But I guess, like you said, if we're going to do this, we got to do it quick before Kenny Omega really gets old and injured. So let's roll it now. But it's got me wondering, like, oh, are we about to do this? Is he going to hoist this title up here? I mean, we have time to talk about it, but.
Well, it's also interesting the kind of Omega path to getting to the point where we're at, because if you rewind a few weeks ago, it was he was going to be your number one contender, and then no Swerve is going to be the number one contender, no Andrade is going to be the number one contender. Well, it's actually going to be Hangman. So we had him like he was going to do it, but then he didn't do it, and then he then becomes number one contender, and now he is all that stuff.
So we got Ted in the chat here says Omega is the right call. MJF isn't dropping the belt though. And I mean, look, it's the God versus the devil, right? I mean, it's going to be good branding.
Well, we need to talk about that because fucking yikes. Yikes on every level, that promo. That fucking was, I don't know who, here's what I will say, jumping ahead a little bit, but this is what I'll say, and then we'll talk about it when we get to it in chronological order. Kenny Omega is awesome in the sense that when he cuts promos, you can tell it's authentic character work, right? He is in the character of Kenny Omega, and he's just talking in the character that he's playing. Love it. But sometimes he rambles and then just goes on this walkabout verbally.
This felt like a Daniel Bryan promo is what I kept saying, Bryan Danielson. Where it's like, man, this just feels like you gave him a mic and was like, just start talking. He's like, all right, well, I grew up in a poor neighborhood. It's like, no, don't. Yeah, that's kind of what the feel I was getting from it last night.
Yeah, well, I guess let's just talk about it, then we can kind of skip over it when we get to it. But so then later in the night, so Kenny Omega wins. Then later in the night, MJF comes out, and first off, he just says, "Hey, fuck Hangman! Isn't that awesome? Hangman fucking sucks." Just shits on him, just right from the get go.
Yeah.
Like he can't
also wearing an obnoxious suit and just, healing it up to the max. Yeah.
And then Kenny Omega comes out, which that was the first time Kenny Omega looked old to me.
Oh,
when
I thought that too, but I just quickly was like, he is old, and he wrestled, right?
Yes,
and he didn't clean up. I also don't understand this. Like, you didn't think, I understand shower up. He didn't get in another wrestle fight here, so you could have showered up and been at least in a t-shirt, right? Like what?
Yeah, t-shirt. Because there's that looked like the most. Hey, my stepdad played former professional baseball.
Let's sell some merch. Get a new, Yeah. Get a new shirt on and sell it. Yeah. Available on AEWshop.com.
So then Kenny Omega comes out here, and then this is where I was like, brother, what? Because he says, so you call yourself the devil. Well, I've gone by names. And he goes, they called me the God of Pro Wrestling, but I am the God of Pro Wrestling. So if I have to be it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
You're the God. You don't have to you have to be humble about, I get it. You're supposed to be the face, but we don't need it. Yeah, no, I understand. Look, not everything's a home run. We would say that too. These are obviously professionals that we've talked about being the best at what they do here. So I don't want to shit on them left and right. But this did feel like I feel like they threw a lot of this together, right? On this whole setup for this whole thing. It's all been
Well, this is what I would like. If I could give them a hand gesture for last night's episode going forward, I would say, hey, next episode, let's tighten it up. Let's get right.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I feel like, we put this on at the beginning, right? Like you said, normally this would have been the main event. So I feel like maybe they were like, we got to do something with it. hit the storyline again. I don't know that we needed to do that. Unless you're telling me you've got something mapped out between now and Dynasty that you're like, oh, no, we forgot. We got to get this conversation in. Sure, I guess.
We'll see.
But I would have just put it right after he won the match, right?
Yeah, I would have closed the show with that. Yeah, I would have closed the show with this. MJF then walks out. Oh, you think you're better? Just like because he could easily still shit on Hangman and go, just like your best friend, you're never going to get this championship, and he could never get it again.
Nobody beating Swerve is impressive. That's not, what I mean? Like, just shit on. Yeah, right.
So anyhow, we'll go back in chronological order. So we get Kenny Omega wins, and like I said, we hear from him a little bit later. Next up, though, we get the history of Darby Allin. This was cool. I liked what they were doing here. These highlight packages, they're leaning more into that. A+. Like
this was a promo heavy show tonight too. I kind of like that too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes we need the break. I'm also of the thing, like I hate when people complain that like, oh, they put so much wrestling without a story on AEW, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a wrestling show, guys. Like you can't complain about that. And plus, like, I don't know what you're saying is a story in other places, but whatever. Right? Like, I think there's a lot of stories going on here. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stories going on here. But like, yeah, I mean, anyway, we can move on. I don't want to take up too much time on that, but yeah.
Well, I would agree. There was a lot of highlight packages and promos because as soon as we get the kind of representation of Darby Allin on Mount Everest and being with Sting and all of this other stuff, we go right into Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay says next week it's him versus Pac, which that will be fun. And then
I love that he said too something about like his big ears and nose and was just like shitting on him. Yeah.
And then he turns his attention to Moxley and he talks about how him breaking Ospreay's neck was the best thing for Ospreay because he got to spend time with his
timeout.
Kid, and it was in timeout, and look at my neck, I had neck surgery. And then he goes, John, I want you at Dynasty, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do it to his face.
Fucker. Yeah,
but you know what I mean? Do it to his face. You know he was going to be there.
Because I've seen the guy in person, and he's bigger now than he was then.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd be like, you motherfucker. But now, Will Ospreay's,
Yeah. Nah. Moxley's also in his downtime just winning jiu-jitsu tournaments in Cincinnati just for funsies.
Yeah, just driving out there. Just
he's like, I'm going to grapple against guys who do this all the time. Yeah, I know with a kid, but I gotta go choke this guy unconscious. But we
just
get our
it's my calling. It's just what the heart yearns for, right? You don't want me to start drinking again.
I mean, look. That's probably a pretty accurate explanation of like, I got to do other shit. Okay. Like what else do you want? Okay.
Something to calm down the thoughts. All right. Yeah. It's either this or heroin. You make the fucking choice.
I want to see my kids. So I got to choke people.
Liverpool chat said it'd be nice to see the best bout machine as champion. What do you think?
Here. Okay. I'm glad that he said that because yes, I would love to see Kenny Omega as champion because I felt like we did not get a proper championship run with Kenny Omega because when he was champion was during COVID, right? He beat Jon Moxley on that episode during COVID. Some
good stuff though.
Yeah. And he had it like towards like, yes, he had the match with Christian and all of that stuff, but like his like 69 me Dawn, heel championship. We didn't get that in front of people. Yeah.
No, and so I know. We didn't get it in front of people. Yeah.
And I will say, I like the cleaner.
But that's what I want. I don't know that we're going to get that with this.
Well, this is what I was going to say. So I like the cleaner. I like calling yourself the god of pro wrestling. That's a very, But best bout machine in kayfabe makes no fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I never like that term. I don't like it.
Because again, to steal from fight sports, there's a guy in MMA, his name is Justin Gaethje, and he's known essentially as he is just going to get fucking punched and then he's going to punch you and we're going to find out who falls down first. So but you know what his nickname is?
It's a bar fight.
But you know what his nickname is? The Highlight. Because that's what it is. I provide highlights. Now, it could be me getting knocked out or it could be me knocking that guy out.
Yeah,
and exactly. That's a better nickname than the best.
Kind of like the idea of like where Babe Ruth was like, yeah, he hit all them home runs. He also did all them strikeouts too. Right? It was like he's either gonna hit that thing out of the park or he's gonna swing away and miss that goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Like,
two things I was gonna say about that. One, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. Fun fact about him, he had more strikeouts than homers, and he had the most strikeouts in 1970.
I think it's what it takes. Like, you got to swing for that bitch, and you're either missing it or you're fucking launching it to the moon.
Well, and he also kind of sucked. The other thing, and I kind of want to, now that I have the time, actually, I might do this.
Yeah.
Here's a fun thing.
Oh, what are we doing?
Fun little baseball history. Yeah. Fun little baseball fact for you. There was a time period when a ground rule double, right, hits in the outfield, bounces over the fence. That is a double, automatic double, right? But there was a time period when that was considered a home run. That was a rule during a portion of Babe Ruth's career. So I want to know, of all the 715 home runs that he hit,
how many
were
of those
they all
were
real
that?
home runs? And was there 30 that were ground rule doubles that we said are home runs?
Dial that number down. You should do it. You should do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
Also, look, he could only play against the people he could play against, and he did play against the Negro League players in exhibition games, but he also didn't face Satchel Paige in real competition that counted the stats. So is he the greatest of all time? Fuck no. Okay, that's your baseball talk for the night. We get a mixed trios match. We get the Death Riders. Jon
There's
Moxley.
some violence in this.
There was also some corniness.
There, of course.
Because we get Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Marina Shafir versus Sky Flight, Top Flight.
Yeah.
What are they calling themselves?
Yeah, something like that. Did the corniness come because they feel like they have to dial it back when they have a mixed gender match? That they have to kind of make it like.
No. The match itself I thought was fine. The thing that I thought was the most corniest thing is Death Riders, right? Which, hold on. Like, your action figures are this, right?
Yeah.
This is the Death Riders, you know?
Right. We're riding with death.
Yeah. But we get into a little ring around the rosies and we fucking hop around. What the fuck is that? And credit to Jon Moxley, because he's like, I'm not fucking doing that. That's stupid.
I would love if maybe that's it. Like, they just start kind of taking on their own thing, and he's like, what did I make over here?
Yeah. These fucking weird. Yeah, like it was like a weird
great if we had
soccer
Pac,
celebration.
Yuta, I don't know
Claudio.
who would get Pac to agree to do this. All of them, just being kind of like, almost, God, what's the hyenas from the Lion King, right? Like, to just kind of being like, Jon Moxley being like, what the fuck? Get in the truck. Come on.
Yeah, because to do the like, what kind of nerd?
Like Dark Order-ish. Right? Like, take a few, you know what I mean, of those kind of like, those antics, right? That mannerisms to make them be like, God, hey, nerds.
Yeah.
We're tough guys. Stop it.
Yeah, tough guys don't do ring around the rosy. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But they took
That's
on.
exactly what it should be like. We're tough guys, man. Come on. Tough guys don't
We
do ring
bleed.
around the rosy.
We don't dance.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not dancing. We're not doing the jig.
Yeah.
This isn't a bar mitzvah, right? There isn't some kid we're going to throw up in the air and catch a couple times. Like,
they do some weird thing that like MJF and Adam Cole would have done, some kind of tag team maneuver. Jon Moxley's like, stop! Just punch him in the face! Like, stop it.
Which, if I'm peeking behind the curtain, you know who I think is doing this, though? I think it's Claudio. Because if you recall, go back to the Blackpool Combat Club. Remember when they were baby faces and Claudio and Yuta would do this whole stupid thing where it's like, I'm going to slide to the left, you slide to the right. And then we just, so I bet you it's some nerdy shit like
he's
that.
He's kind of corny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's European, right? Aren't they all kind of corny? Right, Liverpool chat?
I mean, you know, yeah.
Come on, we all know. I'm kidding.
Where's Ash at?
Yeah, come on, you nerd. No, I'm joking. But I was impressed with a female talent that I had not seen wrestle before, Zeta Steel. So I've seen her in promos, but this time watching her wrestle, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. Yeah, pretty good. But Death Riders win, right? And then afterwards, Moxley addresses Will Ospreay, and I don't know. This felt a little weird where he's like, yeah, I'll take you on at Dynasty, but also make sure that your words don't get you hurt.
Aren't they gonna? Like, that's,
Yeah.
you're gonna hurt them.
Brother, this is you. Like, you hurt yourself.
It's
and
better
others.
said, I think, if you're just like, you're about to learn a lesson and that you don't, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be letting your words get you hurt. And here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we'll see. It also feels like maybe we're going back to default on Jon Moxley, right? Where it was like, he's going to be a babyface. He's going to do all this. And now it's like, but no, now he's just going to be back to like.
Here's the thing. Even if we're, okay, whatever Jon Moxley's real name is, right? We're getting out of kayfabe world if I'm saying Jon Moxley, the guy, Jonathan Good, I think, or whatever it is, right? Like, you know, like, even if he's an okay guy to be around and he's friendly and, you know what I mean, as friends, like, I don't think this character works as like a, you know what I mean? The Jon Moxley we've known from AEW, I don't really know how we pull it off in the face capacity. He wants to hurt people for the sake of hurting people, like you said, right? And it just oozes out of him.
Yeah.
It almost has to be.
I think the bet. I will say when he was champion and when he was like the one promo that we talked about at length when it happened, and this goes back during the COVID times, but when he had that match with Lance Archer and he was at the bar again before he went into AA, but when he was at the bar and he's like, I know one of these days someone's going to get me. And he's like, is it going to be you? And you're like, fuck yeah. Cause that's like a Last Cowboy kind of thing, right? Like he's like, one of these days I'm going to get burned by the fire. Do you got that fire? And it's just like, fuck, that's some cold shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that. I will say, I also, how to say this? I like Claudio. I like Pac. I like the name Death Riders. Garcia is cool. Jon Moxley, though, has always felt like, especially if he's not going to be heavyweight champion, he's always felt like a solo act, right? He's always felt like someone where it's like,
or you can do these things like you did with Eddie Kingston and whatever, you know, he has a few friends that you can kind of play a thing against. But I agree. And at some point, for whatever it's worth, the Death Riders became about us fucking with Yuta. Right, like that. It really overtook the whole thing and kind of overshadowed it. That's bad on us, even very specifically us. But like, we got great. Yeah, we're still gonna get great life out of that. Yuta sucks. So
Yuta sucks. And if you're new to the show, we like Yuta as a person. It's not like he's a January 6th, but we just fuck Yuta the character. You know, fuck that guy. Nerd. Yeah. Okay. So Jon Moxley says we're going to get that match at Dynasty, and watch what you say.
Liverpool chat says babyface Death Riders are threatening his mother's milk.
And mother's milk.
What is that? I don't know why she calls it that. Yeah. Like, I mean, I get some of the connection, but I don't know why you would make that choice.
that move name and even move is more appropriate for Tony Storm than it is Marina Shafir.
Right. Yeah. I guess I could find ways to make it work in a wrestling setting.
Yeah.
This isn't one of them.
Not for her.
We're tough guys, tough gals, right?
Yeah. We're tough individuals. We're not milking our tits or whatever.
I think she like body presses Roderick Strong at the house. Like,
I don't know, because poor old, she might have to like pick up Roderick Strong and move him from room to room, because that motherfucker walks around like Matt Hardy nowadays. Have you seen that? He's like, like, he's struggling.
Pro wrestling is hard.
Yeah.
I started also kind of picking up, back when the Steve Austin podcast came out, right? And that was like must listen to stuff. I started picking up that every time he was interviewing an ex-wrestler, one of his questions was, how's your body feeling when you wake up in the morning, right? And they would all be like, ugh, right? Like, pretty fucking shitty, man. They'd be like, I got this thing that pops every time. And I was like, yeah, fuck. Like, all of them. That was one of the first things he had, was like, how you feeling, man? They're all like shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and Roderick Strong, just to give you context, I can go back. He was the first match against AJ Styles when TNA went to Spike TV.
Jesus Christ.
And he was doing shit before that. You know what I mean? But like,
he's been doing this longer than my kids have been alive, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And those are car wrecks every fucking time. So I don't know. But anyhow, back to this. Speaking about guys have been doing it too long, or maybe they should just change their name. We get the Young Bucks, and they said we're gonna regroup after Revolution. I'm not trying to say I'm going to give away my picks, but I'm giving away a pick here. It is so fucking obvious that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland are going to beat FTR so that we can do CNC versus the Young Bucks. It is just painstakingly obvious that that's what the fuck is happening.
Yeah,
here.
there's still a lot more context that we're going to touch on when we get into some of those segments, but yeah.
But what'd you make of the Young Bucks here? They're just like, we're going to
Young Bucks, I just really didn't like any of this. I was just gross. Look, we've said it enough. Again, like, we like the Young Bucks now enough to, like, say that, like, you know, we used to shit on them a lot.
I hated
This
them.
is what we used to shit on them for, is, like, this feeling. And if, they, like, especially, it was one thing when they played this kind of Young Bucks way back in the day when it was, look at us, fuck you, right? That was okay. I could kind of understand that. When they do the like, no, everybody actually loves us like this, I don't.
Yeah.
Never did. So it's whatever, right? Like, I hope, we're getting somewhere. Okay. I'll talk about it later when we talk about the Edge and Christian promo portion.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that I would say about the Young Bucks, this iteration of the Young Bucks, is it feels very much Hogan must pose.
Yeah.
And in this storyline though, you all are losing. So like,
yeah.
FTR punked out your family. Then you said, well, we're going to bring our family to revenge you guys getting embarrassed. And then you guys lost clean. And then what? I'm supposed to like,
but then they also come out and they're like, and now we're back. And it's like,
yeah.
no,
you're not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. And the last thing I'll say.
And you're not young. We got to do something with this.
Yeah.
Like, look, all the hair transplants and the GLP-1s work so far, man. You know, but like.
Yeah, all those peptides are fine, but change the name. But also, they brought up Jungle Jack Perry again. Stop it with the Friends Wrestling.
Yeah.
All Friends Wrestling. Fucking cut it out. I wouldn't pray for it because it's not that something that I would like.
You don't need to bring Jesus into this.
Well, but like it's not like that high of priority, you know, if I had like a Christmas wish list, you know. But like the Young Bucks interacting with the MVP, I just want to see that. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of seeing Luchasaurus, Jack Perry, Kenny Omega, Don Callis, and even to this point, FTR. It's like, yeah, it's just this circle of people where it's like, you know, you have other people on this roster, right? Like,
yep.
Even Jet Speed would be a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Come think of it,
yeah. Just I don't know. But speaking of Jet Speed, we have one half of Jet Speed and 1/3 of the Trios champs, Speedball Mike Bailey. Yeah. And Speedball Mike Bailey took on Rocky Romero and just wiped the floor with him, right?
Yeah. Rocked him.
Now we did this 2 weeks in a row, if memory serves me correct. Because I think last week, shoeless Mike Bailey beat up on fat ass Don Callis. What was that guy? What's that guy? Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. Dangerous Mark Davis.
Dangerous Mark Davis, which should be it.
Dangerous Mark Davis against shoeless Mike Bailey. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is 2 times in a row, and I haven't seen Kevin Knight. Are your antennas going up on dysfunction potentially in Jet Speed?
I do. Because, we get Bailey again later, right? And again, you know, maybe this is fast forwarding too much, but he's taking claim to being like, I'll be there ready to take you on when you're the champ. Like, he was saying he's going to win every belt. Does Kevin Knight at some point be like, bruh?
Well, let's not forget, because again, AEW.
Or Mystico even. Yeah.
Well, AEW, I think Mystico is more just like, I'm here for a storyline. Once this ends, I'm probably going to just come back here and there. But also do not forget, because AEW does do a good job still. They used to do a better job back during COVID, but that was because they had more things under control, you know? But let's not forget, Swerve Strickland got into Kevin Knight's face and was like, if you want to be a main eventer, you do things the right way. And I'm paraphrasing again. And so does that
That's what
rear
I'm saying.
its
Is Kevin Knight
ugly
just gonna
head?
be like, bitch,
Mhm. Yeah.
put some shoes on, dork.
Yeah. You fucking nerd. Why do you have kick pads? That's supposed to not hurt the opponent. A fucking shin hurts way more than a pad. Why are you helping your opponent? You fucking nerd. Have you ever thought of that? A kick
No,
pad
I
is
didn't know. I thought it was
a
to
kick
protect their
pad.
shin.
Well, yeah, it does help your shin, but it also helps your opponent from not fucking getting blasted with a bone in their fucking eye socket.
Yeah. So the better thing would be just don't use your shin as a weapon. Is kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you want to fucking yeah. Anyhow,
Or how about
shoeless
that?
Mike
If you're
Bailey.
wearing if you're wearing the kick pad because you're worried about your shins getting hurt, then you should not be kicking him with your shin because you're protecting your shin at that point, but like you said, you're also softening the blow. This is a waste of
Yeah.
effort. Use
Yep,
your
totally
hand.
wisdom. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. We got that. And then after shoeless Mike Bailey, we do get a look back at the
But
Texas
he
Death
does.
match.
He makes quick work of Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero got a shit in and did good heel work
Yeah,
here,
but
he
good.
it was
Yeah.
like wah 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 wah.
As it should be. We've talked about this before, and I'm a big proponent of it. Be different. I don't want every match to be 20 minutes and here we go. It's back and forth. No. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's Mike Bailey kicking you upside the head. And
I
it's
even
4
proposed
minutes.
this, and this is more similar again to how real fighting works sometimes. You could run the same, like you and I could have a match, right? And you could beat me in like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, right? The next match might come around, you might get got, you might get rolled up, and you know what I mean? Like, okay, Tom, take the personalization. Liverpool Chat and I could have a match. And then you're like, yeah. Liverpool Chat and somebody else other than me could have a wrestling match. You get
Okay,
what
I'm
I'm saying?
listening.
All right, yeah, now you see what I'm saying, right? Wrestler A and Wrestler B, right? That's what I mean. Like, could Rocky Romero and Mike Bailey give you a 10-minute back and forth match? Sure. Could one of them also beat the other one in 2 minutes? Yes. Wrestling is weird, right? Like it's a fight. Shit happens in a fight.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. Again, one of the cooler moments in AEW history that I don't think gets talked about a lot, but I thoroughly enjoyed because of the shock value is remember when Jon Moxley just beat the fuck out of CM Punk? Remember CM Punk like had that ankle injury and Jon Moxley's like, boom, boom. And he pinned him and he like flipped off the crowd as he's pinning Punk. That's fucking cool. Or when Wardlow just beat the fuck out of MJF and powerbombed him 9 times and it was like, that's what the fuck happens here.
Yep.
That's fun.
Remember that old back in the WWE, the Lesnar Cena squash at the pay-per-view, right? Where it was like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. Okay, then next up, we talked about it already, but Kenny Omega and MJF, they address what's going to go down at Dynasty. Fun. And then we get Cope and Christian. And I loved how Christian came about because Christian so far is the best part of all of this. So he starts off the promo with, hey, yeah, FTR, they turned their back.
He made a
on Adam
choice. He
Copeland.
said, life is all about choices.
Yeah, and you turned your back on Adam Copeland. And you even pile drived Adam Copeland. Then
And his
you made the
wife.
choice.
Yeah.
You pile drove Beth Phoenix. But the worst thing you did,
Yeah, even worse than that. So much worse than that. Yeah.
was you gave me a spike pile driver, and then he just left. That was my
Didn't
favorite
even
part.
look
He's
back.
Like, yeah, he's just like, I'm disgusted. I said my piece, and now I'm out.
I love it too. That fucking Renee's like,
Yeah. Well, and even to his credit, Copeland was like, he is an asshole.
he's such an asshole. Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, so good.
But whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, but you know who are two bigger
He
assholes?
did his thing. And speaking of looking old, man.
Yeah.
Cope here looked old guy, right? Again, I get it, man. We're old. But it came across on this one. The lighting is what it is, you know?
What? And again, this is just observation, not even saying it's bad or good. But one of the most not shocking. Shocking is again too strong of a word, but I'll use it for lack of a better term. One of the most shocking transformation is if you go to the Brood, Edge, and AEW Adam Copeland. That's a big life was lived in during that time period. You know what I mean? Like
you were a pro wrestler running in the
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
See what happens to those guys.
Yeah.
But and again, it fits. It makes sense what he's saying, right? Like cool. Like he kind of fills in some of the background. Like this isn't just like, hey, we were pals. Like they were, and quite literally, I think we know some of his backstory. They said on AEW, they're fucking like neighbors and shit. Like they fucking, you know what I mean? Put some of these guys up, help them be in the business, right? So you want to throw all that away? Yeah. Cool. So first thing, we're going to take the titles. We know you love that. Cool. But like, that's not enough for me. Right. Cause like, again, like sure, Christian can be mad about whatever, like it's my fucking wife. You know what I mean? So like all that tracks. That's fine. I like it. It's fine. But he said, I'm going to end your careers. That's a claim.
Your career, not your title reign, your career.
Yeah, careers. Yep.
So we'll put a pin in that because we get into some in-ring action next. And I don't know if you caught this. So we get the conglomeration, or hold on. Nope. I'm off. I'm off.
Yeah.
No, we got FTR. I apologize. My notes were incorrect.
Out of there. And by the way,
out of the
Big Stoke.
he came out looking like the newest Juggalo act, right? Like I
know. Yeah, I kind of liked it. Yeah, he looked fun. I apologize. So after the Christian and Copeland interview, then we go to FTR walking out, and then they kind of said, "Yeah, we made these choices because we didn't want to be in your shadow. We're tired of you."
I like that he was like, "I love your wife." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is again where like Christian makes sense still, because it wouldn't make sense that Christian was like, "Yeah, I don't like you." Christian's just like,
doing
you
it for her honor.
Yeah. He's like, I don't give a shit about her. You fucked me over. So now
this
I'm
is
going
a enemy of my enemy. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing here. It's like, sure. Like it's just easy. Like I'll need a partner. This guy also hates you. We know how to partner together better than you. Right. So fine.
Yeah. And so I like how Christian's still authentic to who he is. I do wonder, again, not
hasn't missed a beat, by the way. Like he hasn't been gone at all. Just
the best.
He's one of the fucking best, man. He's got to be top fucking 10 all time for me, man. If I really write a list out, he's so good.
Now, here's the thing that I keep thinking about is we're doing a great job of story continuity. Going back earlier in the episode, we talked about how Will Ospreay is going after Jon Moxley because of the neck injury, right?
Right.
Copeland and Christian come back. They're going right after FTR because they have the tag titles. They're going to take the tag championships. Cool.
Revenge. Yeah.
There's one more piece, though, of this whole story that we haven't kind of finished the story on, and that's Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is back now. He's over there in Ring of Honor with Mother Wayne, just kicking and flipping and winning matches. You think Nick Wayne goes, "Oh, Christian, you just forgot about me like I'm yesterday's news? I'm going to fuck you up."
What if we found a way, like you said, we're going to get to CNC versus Young Bucks. What if we found a way to do a storyline where those two teams split up during that storyline, right? Like Nick and Matt go at it because, Nick's gambling problem or something, and Edge and Christian just can't get along anymore, right? Like, I don't know how you'd pull that off, but I'd give you a homework assignment on that to write that out. But like,
I could. The thing that Young Bucks need to do, going back to them real quick, is that they have told every story possible. Now they're just running back the hits, and that's just tired to me.
Yeah, but I also don't know that I want to see any singles run from them. So
I just want to see a feud between those two, right? Just like and it could be a thing where like at the end they do a Cody and Dustin and then they hug, right? I need my brother, and then they could easily just go right back to that because they're brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
brothers,
brother in the face, and fucking
and they're
then
young.
hug. I think you said old wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Is 43 young for a buck? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even need.
I don't know much about deer, but
yeah. So then another thing though that Copeland and Christian say is they're tired of the nostalgic act. So they're going to put this out of their misery. We're tired of this. We're the best. Like you said, we loved your wife. We loved the cooking, all the stuff, but we're going to fuck you up. And you know it. See you at Dynasty.
Yeah.
And as they leave, that's then where the conglomeration comes in. And we get this like shove match.
Like hockey checks them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we've said this before. I like it when they cross paths for this. There's no reason this two storylines should have crossed paths here at all.
Yep.
And even if they
Except for the
don't
music
right
hit.
now, we at least have footage for later if we want to.
Well, I think we're going to get FTR in action against a conglomeration, maybe in 2 weeks on Collision or something. But yeah, I think that was made for. But yeah, bump into each other. That makes total sense.
Yep.
Now
it also makes sense that a show would have, right, for timing purposes, we want to keep the action going. Your match is out, you're leaving, you don't walk up the ramp, you walk off to the side, the new act's coming in, you just get the fuck out of the way, right? And sometimes I want to get the fuck out of the way. That guy fucking fucked my girl. Fuck him, right? Like, or whatever it is, right?
Right. Yeah. Now, the part that actually I was more curious on, because I don't know if it was a work or a shoot, is so we got the conglomeration pushing FTR, right? Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy, they do a little shove match. By the way, did you notice Roderick Strong was in a conglomeration t-shirt finally? Yay.
Yay. It happened.
But then the dogs walk out, right? David Finlay and Clark Connors. And I don't know if this poor bastard was a PA or like in the wrong spot at the wrong time, but David Finlay fucking launches this fucker just out of the screen. Like, I don't know if it wasn't a wrestler. So like, who the fuck was that?
I mean, yeah.
Because it's one thing to be like, hey, I'm in my character and stuff. And it's another thing to be like, you didn't need to do it.
That's the camera guy. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And an old person or a young man who just like is frail, like you might have fucking gave him whiplash. Anyhow, that threw me off. I mean, didn't Jon Moxley get sued by a camera guy because he said he got pushed and wasn't gonna be in the storyline or something?
Yep.
So watch yourself. So the dogs. Okay, so David Finlay and 100 proof. Yeah. Clark Connors. Yeah, looking like a roadie for Creed.
When's the DUI happening?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Like, I spent 3 years drumming for Creed. Like, yeah.
Oh, you never had Jaeger as ice cream, brother? Like, no, you fucking weirdo. God. Anyhow. I like David Finlay.
Logo tattooed on his chest.
On the back of his neck. He's got like, on his, look, it's the hardest part to get a tattoo.
So he's got the Cody Rhodes, but it's the Jaeger logo.
Yeah. So I like David Finlay. And Fats McGregor is starting to grow on me because he's starting to be less McGregor and more kind of like, is this guy crazy?
But yeah, he's a wild card, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But 100 proof ain't doing it for me yet. He is.
Yeah. Give it time, I guess. Be positive
I hope.
and patient.
Yeah, I hope. Because, like I said, I was wrong on Juice Robinson. Although maybe I'm not. But I was for a time. But the dogs win. They get the victory straight up. Right? I don't think anyone.
They beat the conglomeration.
But no interference.
I mean, they did heel stuff throughout the match, right? But
but you know what I mean.
But there wasn't a run in, there wasn't a low blow to like roll up behind the ref's back or nothing. It was like, I think
they hit their finisher and then they pinned Orange Cassidy and got the victory. Right. So what do you make of that? The dogs.
I think we're trying to make the dogs a thing.
Now, we'll see. Of the three, who's the tag team that you would put together? Is it this or is it Finlay and Gabe Kidd? Is it Gabe Kidd and 100 proof? Who you like?
Like if we're saying this is a trio, but in the trio often somebody does singles and the other two do a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I guess it depends on what's my goal. Am I trying to make one of them a star, or am I trying to make them the tag team kind of the cool thing, right? If we're going tag team, I'm probably going to go with the 100 proof and the Finlay, just because I feel like they've got a more established look alike, right? But if I'm going after like who's the singles guy, it's probably gonna be the Finley guy. So then I'd make the tag team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is who I was thinking about would pair well with the Young Bucks. If you get the Dogs, 2 of the 3 against the Young Bucks, and then they play that numbers game, right? Where eventually one of them has to be banned and it's the other 2 versus the Young Bucks. We could do that for a couple matches. And to me, again, it's not the all friends wrestling. I've never seen, and maybe they did this and I didn't know of it, but I've never seen David Finlay and Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd wrestle the Young Bucks before.
Yeah.
So like that would be fun. You know what I mean?
That would be fun.
So we'll see. We keep it moving and we get to the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Divine. Is it, what is it called? Divine Domination? Dominion?
Something like
what
that.
is it?
Divine Dominion?
Divine Dominion.
I don't remember.
Say that
Say
5
on
times
the
fast.
old rundown there.
Yes, it
Look
does.
at it.
Divine Dominion. Yes, I was right. Okay.
Divine Dominion. All right.
And it's Colossal Lena Cross, which I will say kudos because that does sound like a 1980s wrestler, right? Colossal. Like that.
It does.
Yeah.
It would fit well with 9/11.
I'm telling you. We haven't seen Statlander. Tower 7.
Mega Towers.
But we get
Tower 7. God damn.
Yes,
the
I
small
know.
little-
yeah. But we get Lena Cross and we get Megasis
I
Megan
dropped the
Bayne.
never forget on my wife, and she did not appreciate the I was like 9/11.
Yeah,
She
just
said,
never forget.
You can't forget, right?
Say that when someone's like, "Hey, I was going to tell you something." It was like, "Was it 9/11?" Because
Me
you never
too.
forget
Me
9/11.
too. That reminded me. Before you forget, 9/11. Maybe that's how you do it. Hey, real quick, before you forget, 9/11.
9/11. Yeah. That wasn't what I came here to tell you. No, okay. Well. Now they said that there's going to be a rematch. So we're getting the Babes of Wrath versus Divine Dominion on Collision. What say you about the kind of quick rematch here?
Before that, Liverpool chat says Lena Cross is hot. Play the clip.
Hot!
There you go. We provide. All right,
We
sorry.
do provide.
You were saying, sorry. Oh, yeah, what did I think about...
Yeah, what do you think about the instant rematch that we're going to get?
9/11 should win, right? The Mega Towers. Sorry, the Divine Dominion, right?
Wait a minute. Hold on. If you took this a different route, because, who said that Lena Cross is hot?
Liverpool chat.
Liverpool chat. Liverpool chat
Yeah.
said,
Jacked! Oiled up! Hot!
you know what you could also call them if you didn't want to go with the 9/11, which again I think you should, but I get
Right.
it. Merchandise and all that stuff. You probably couldn't sell any of that stuff. You do have Double D's, Divine Dominion.
D's.
Double
Divine
D's.
Dominion. That's true. Their shirts should be D's.
It's just the D's
Right,
are
yeah.
here.
Well, you'd
and
sell
then
some
Divine
merch, man.
Dominion. Yeah.
Look, Divine Dominion, just 2 big D's, right?
D's are here.
Shout out Ryan Wachowski from the radio here on the sports radios. He used to, when somebody would score 2 touchdowns on the stats, he would be like, "Yeah, nice pair of TDs.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
oh, TD's
Nice
here.
pair of TDs." Yeah.
Ah, that's good. But yeah, we're gonna get that match. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think
Then-
the Double D's win.
Yeah, Double D's win. I think
Double
that's
D's win.
Yeah, that's
Double
an
D
easier one
wins,
for us. Yeah. All right, then we get another interesting promo. So we get Kyle Fletcher backstage, and he's like, "Hey, I beat up my mentor Robbie Eagles, and I retained my TNT championship. I'm the best. I haven't lost a match. You know who has? Kenny Omega, MJF. I haven't. I'm the fucking best. Why can't I be the champ?" And then he goes like, "Because Don Callis working with fucking MJF like a nerd." So before we get to the second half of this, what'd you make of the first half of Kyle Fletcher saying all this?
Like this, man. I was like, this feels like when Miz started feeling himself, right? And was like, "Hey, wait a minute, god damn it." He was like, "I'm fucking rich, hot, fucking people love me everywhere I go. I fucking got a supermodel wife. Fuck you." Right? Like, it's kind of like where Kyle Fletcher feels like he's at for me, and I like it. man, he's good. He's picking up skills quick, right? Like his promos are good. He's got a good look.
Yeah.
He knows how to fucking make you. He's got a punchable, like, I don't even say face, like just demeanor when he's out there doing his thing, right? Man, he's good.
Now we get to the second half of the promo,
Ooh,
and Takeshita walks up, and Fletcher's like, "Hey, I know you're not a fan of Okada or Proto Okada, but he doesn't want to get anything between Proto Shida."
This weird little poly relationship they got going on here, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
like, nothing will come between us, right?
Yeah,
He's
and
like,
then
so
they
Protoshita,
and they embrace, right? They hug, and so Proto Shida is fine.
when you floated the
again.
idea that are we gonna kick out Kyle Fletcher? Is that the swerve coming? Is the unthinkable of Okada and Shida? Like, are we gonna get Okada Shida? Right? Like, what are we gonna get? Here?
Yeah. The part that sucks about both teams is the Proto part. It wasn't the Shida or the
Okeshita?
Okada.
Like, what if we? Yeah, what are we gonna? Yeah, like, is that the swerve happening here?
Yeah, I mean,
still. One of the longer stories we're taking to tell here, right? What happened?
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like eventually we're going to have to, again, unless they're joining teams, but we're going to have to get Okada and Takeshita somehow. Because this is like, what are we doing? We just don't like each other? Well, shut the fuck up. There's a lot of people that don't like each other that work together. So
we
like,
don't even like
do
each
something
other.
about it. Or, you want to know why we're not in the same room?
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
reason,
Yeah,
you know, like,
we don't live too far from each other. We can make this happen. Fuck that.
By the way, complete side quest here. I have a question for you because you're smarter than I am, so you'll probably know this.
All right. Okay.
Minnesota Twins. Okay.
Sure.
Minnesota. They're known as the Twin Cities.
You're right.
Right. Why? Any two fucking cities next to each other could be the Twin Cities. If anything should be the Twin Cities, it should be Kansas City because there's one in Missouri and one in Kansas. Like, that's a Twin City.
That's twins. Yeah, it's two Kansas cities.
Yeah.
We're the Twin Cities. Yeah, fuck y'all. I agree with you. Write it up.
All right, I will. I don't get, because even their logo is a T and a C. Even though they're the Minnesota Twins, their logo is a T and a C for Twin City. And I don't fucking, why?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is. I never thought to think of that as like, why is that the Twins logo? What the fuck is the C for?
Yeah, it's Twin City.
Ew.
Because of St. Paul and then Minneapolis, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But we never call it the Minneapolis St. Paul Twins. We just call it the Minneapolis Twins.
Yeah.
It's in Minneapolis. Is it even in Minneapolis? Like, or is this another one where like the Bears are going to be in Indiana?
I don't know. Yeah. Who knows about that part? Yeah. The fucking Dallas Cowboys are in Arlington. The fucking most valuable franchise isn't even in the fucking city they claim. Anyhow.
The Anaheim, California Angels of Los Angeles or some shit. Whatever their fucking name is.
Yeah. All right, Tim. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. It's right before the main event. So you know what that means.
Oh, we know what that means. It's time.
Time for
the women.
Yay!
Yeah, I noticed that too. Damn.
And it's a world championship match, thoh. Which again,
that's true.
Why wasn't this the main event?
I felt like this should have been the main event in hindsight. Like,
it's a world championship match.
Sarah says, "Hi Tim and Tom. The Dynasty card is looking stacked and amazing."
Yes, I think so too, Sarah. On paper, you say it, and it is kind of crazy. You're getting Moxley and Ospreay and MJF and Omega. That's right there. Pretty wild. And then you're getting FTR and CNC. So
CNC, yep.
Getting some pretty cool shit.
Getting,
but in this match, we got Tekla versus Mina Shirakawa. And I think I've identified what it is with Tekla. Because you've said, hey, if you're going to be spooky, do spooky shit. I don't even think they're spooky. She's more comical than she is menacing.
Yeah, is this a less comedy, more sinister Danhausen-esque kind of thing?
She gives me more vibes.
Is this the juggalo of the women's wrestling?
Yeah.
Like, is that what we're talking about here?
Because the vibe she honestly gives me more than female Undertaker. And I know that
Sure.
that's not exactly what she's going for,
Or even
but Julia
female Bray
Hart is.
Wyatt.
Yeah, there you go. She gives me more ODB than she does
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt.
It's true.
Where it's like,
That's true.
because
Yeah.
ODB's crazy, but
Yep.
like ODB wasn't.
I agree with you. Mannerisms, speech patterns, like the way they approach talking to, and challenging wrestlers is very ODB like, right? But it has more of the like, but I'm into skulls and, spiders. And, yeah. Right.
Yeah. I want her to be more like, almost like the Brawling Birds are doing a little bit better job of the like, hey, we'll drink beer next to you and then fucking punch your wife in the face. Who gives a shit? I do like that. But
I
Tekla
want
needs
them
to
to
be
do
something.
what we kept trying to get Cesaro and Sheamus to do, and they were the bar is to like be that brawl, like the bar room brawling folks. Yeah.
I still think original storytelling, something that hasn't been explored, at least in a men's and women's wrestling company.
APA like they should be
That's
in the
what I'm
back
saying.
drinking, smoking
Yeah.
cigars for hire. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because you know how many chicken shit women could hire the Brawling Birds? Let's just turn Harley Cameron heel. And she gets into a bind with Willow. And she goes, oh, no, 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 no. And the Brawling Birds just beat up Willow.
And some heel Harley Cameron might be some good stuff. Sarah says, who do you guys think attacked Tony Storm? I mean, are you still thinking it's the Ronda? Because I'm seeing maybe now we're thinking maybe not. Is Tony Storm even going to be around? Is this all a work? What's going on? What is the saga with Tony Storm?
So just from I don't know anything about anything, the Sean Ross Saps of the world, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I also don't know anything about anything. But if you just say, all right, here's the last two beats of Tony Storm's AEW run is face off with Ronda Rousey, then gets jumped and murdered and can't compete that night.
Ronda Rousey.
Who the fuck did that? Ronda Rousey, right? Now you go behind the curtain a little bit, and apparently Tony Storm's not going to be around for the rest of the year because
isn't injured, but
maybe he's having a baby. Maybe, who knows?
Maybe.
And then Rhonda said, "Hey, I just did that because I love Marina and fuck you TKO. And also, I got a fight coming up, and I want people to talk about me so that they can watch me beat up an old lady."
Which, do you believe that too, or do you believe they saw the blowback and were like, "Hey, just say this was a one-off"? Or
No, I think because Ronda's actually done a match in Ring of Honor.
I felt like this might have been a 3-off is what I mean. Like, I don't think this was meant to be like she's in AEW or anything, but like, I think maybe they were just like, hey, let's just cut bait and we'll pay you out and thanks.
Yeah. To your point, I don't think they were going to sign her like they signed Paige Van Zandt. Remember when they announced that and she never did anything? Fucking that goofball.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Old Dan Lambert, if he wasn't such an ass. Jesus Christ.
Fucking, and the whole American Top Team. Jeez. What a disappointment. Fucking, anyhow, I don't want to get to that. Where were we? Tekla's character stinks. Tekla's character needs to be more ODB. And I agree with you. The Brawling Birds need to be APA. And they need to be for hire. And again, it could also be, because that was what made APA great, is sometimes like The Rock would be like, you know what I'm going to do to the Dudleys? I'm getting APA. And they'd beat up the Dudleys. Here's the thing too,
and this is what the Birds need to adopt too, is the APA treat everybody else too like, whatever, you're just the fucking nerds. Like, you need to do something cool, pay us and we'll do it, right? Like, The Rock could come back there and they weren't like, it's The Rock. They'd be like, sit the fuck down and play a hand or shut up and move on, right? Like,
right. Yeah.
Fucking like they would fucking insult them. They would have jokes. Like, you know what I mean? They were their own little thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
You right over there? Did you lose it?
No, I'm good.
In an update?
Oh, no. Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
My mom, her identity might have got hacked. Anyhow, she
no.
said something with debt, and I was like, what the? It was just someone was getting into her debit
I thought maybe
card.
you were about to tell me that like the thing happened, and I was going to be
no, I wouldn't have had that reaction. I wouldn't have had that
reaction. I thought you were like, is this real? Like,
no. Sorry.
Like verifying. Whoops.
Yeah, no, too bad. I wish it could. But yeah, so we get Tekla and we get Mina Shirakawa. And we get the good old wrestle match. Because again, Tekla is a really good wrestler. Mina's a really good wrestler. We go back and forth, back and forth. Bop, 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 bop. Tekla with the win. What we got?
Liverpool chat. Could the Brawling Birds be 3-minute warning? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Similar idea, I guess.
Yeah, instead of beating up lesbians, they beat up two gay dudes. Remember that? Remember when they just demolished two, like... That's one of the wildest things in television. Is Eric Bischoff makes two women make out, and then he's like
printing money at the time too. Just oh, what a time we lived through, Tom.
And they fucked those two girls up too.
Yeah,
It wasn't like they did any like protected pile drivers.
No,
they fucking
helicopter just what? God
damn. Oh, I hope they're okay. I don't know. Hopefully they got paid.
They probably did not.
Yeah. Here's a hot dog. So Tekla wins. She did get the brass knuckles, hit Mina. She wins. There was, I'll answer the Tony Storm thing though, because in this match, there was a little bit of Tekla doing the Tony Storm, on the floor, riding around.
I guess we didn't answer that. So if it's not Ronda and Tony Storm is gone for a while, we could theoretically say anybody attacked Tony Storm, right? But let's say that's even a work. Let's say she's going to come back and we think maybe it's what we've talked about, like it's a new time for timeless Tony Storm, right? It's 80s Tony Storm now or whatever, right? Like some new version of Tony Storm. Who attacked her?
It kind of feels like, wouldn't it be Mina, right? Because now Mina would get all these opportunities that she wouldn't have got if Tony's there. And even though she
showed up
lost
here,
them,
this was fun. Mina did good here. Violence here too.
You could also just say like it was, again, because if you have enough time, it could be, Britt Baker, right? Britt Baker returned and then she attacked
Athena.
her.
It could have been like, it could have been anybody.
Yeah. Or it could have been Mercedes.
But let's say you're writing it. It is. Timeless Tony Storm is going to come back as some other version, if that matters or not for your story.
At the London All In.
But yeah, so who attacked her then? Who, if we give you the pencil, who did it?
I mean, the story is Mina, but then Mina needs to start winning, right? After this, Mina needs to win like 4 or 5. And the thing that you would say every time is, Tony Storm would have been in this match, but defending her honor is Mina. You put that in there where she beats Julia Hart, she beats Willow, and all.
Here's what they do. All right, Tony Storm. They shouldn't have said this, that she's not injured, right? It's not an injury thing. She is injured, but she's getting better. She's gonna be back in a few weeks. And then she was attacked and suffered a setback, and Mina's still gonna defend her honor. And then she's coming back in 3 weeks or 3 months or whatever, right? Like, this is how we keep biding time over the 9 months or whatever, right? If she's pregnant, right? And then it's another setback. She was attacked in the grocery store parking lot, and like Nancy Kerrigan, you know what I mean? Like, and Mina's going to defend her honor. And like, then finally, it's been Mina this whole time. You know what I mean?
But yes. Fucking yes, Tim. It was Mina. Okay. But Mina didn't do the attack. It was Luther. Luther attacked Tony Storm. But it was Mina who told Luther. And that's how you get new version Tony Storm without Butler Luther.
Or even, how about this? Luther's still doing it. Mina doesn't even realize either. You know what I mean? Like, that all gets discovered later, but Luther was doing it for Mina, right? Like, and then Mina's like, no, fuck you, Luther. And he's like, no, I lost them both, right? And he goes crazy.
Yes, but I would have had Luther did because again, if you go back to that picture, which they made into a t-shirt, there's like fucking blood coming out of her head and all that stuff. Yeah, that seemed like a big man beat down. So I'd say Luther did it, but did it on behalf of Mina, because here's the other thing too. We know that Luther can talk, right? He was cutting promos and doing the weird shit. Have him go back to a little bit more of that than the Butler Luther, and that's Mina's right-hand man. Because then Mina needs a little bit of something to where like
any Butler can snap and get power hungry.
There you go. All right, we keep moving.
Makes your life run. You know what I mean? You need me.
Oh Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, so here you go. Then he could say, I have someone better, and that's where we introduce a new talent, right? Like, you know, or a
Fill
returning
in the blank.
talent. Let's,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly right. Yep.
whoever, right?
Yep.
It could have been Mercedes, right? Because Mercedes having a butler would totally make sense. You know what I mean? So, anyhow. All right. Then next up, we talked about it a little bit, but we'll say it again. Kenny Omega gets encouragement, it says here, from Speedball Mike Bailey. And Speedball says, I get the next shot after this.
We're really highlighting Speedball here a bunch. Like,
Well, and again, Kenny Omega was like, I'm the god of pro wrestling. It's like, stop with this god and
all
devil
again
thing.
was like, all right, thanks for your encouragement. And put her there, pal.
And if you caught at the very end, I don't know if he was supposed to say it, but he did it anyhow. Kenny Omega says, you can stop shaking my hand, pal. Like, did you catch that right before they went to break? He's like, you can stop shaking my hand, pal. So
Liverpool chat says, I would love Sheeta to come back.
Hikaru Shida. Yeah.
She could have attacked Tony Storm too. Or could be
Now,
Luther's,
I get, yes. And another person who could use some help on promos. Not to say like she can't come, you know what I'm saying though. Now I read a rumor, and again, take it for what it's worth, that maybe Hikaru Shida is done with pro wrestling. That she's now making more money. She's doing more money or making more money in the video game world, and she's like, I'm kind of out of this.
She's a gamer?
Yeah.
Didn't realize that.
Her and Kenny are, because Kenny and her are a couple. And so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Neat.
Now, if they still are, I don't know, but I read a rumor that's, so yeah.
That's cool.
Next up, we get a promo, and it's a pre-taped interview. Ricochet feels screwed out of the AEW National Championship and screwed out of everything. Now,
by the way, the green screen worked tonight. The earlier promo with the double D's and this.
Yeah. No. Right.
I mean,
I will say
don't
this
know if
though.
it was much better than what I'm pulling off here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You pretty good. But here's the question I have for you. So if you are online, you know that Ricochet had to apologize about saying something
Honestly,
completely stupid.
Pretty insensitive comments. Yeah, it was
dumb.
It was shitty.
Wishing,
And again, why are you like you're in? Here's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. Online social media, you get into these fights and you want to fucking continue them, and it's hard. This is why they tell you to put it down. But like, you're a fucking like, for lack of a better word, you're a star. You're a fucking celebrity, right?
Right.
Even if people would call you a B-list celebrity, you're that, right? You're now arguing with this person who you know is not that, right? Yeah. Like, and you went into their profile, like opened it up, saw something personal about them, and used it against them. Like, brother, that's the wake up call somebody should say to them is like, you need somebody to handle your social media for a while.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get like it's hard when you're a celebrity to just like cut it off, but like maybe we're gonna assign Jeff here in PR to you know what I mean, like take the credentials for a little while.
Because I also to go with that just a little bit though, I do think he was getting gassed up a little bit when he was going after WWE, and he was like, no, they stole my love for pro wrestling, and all of us were like, yeah. And I think he was like, well, then I can never say anything wrong. Fuck this person. And then that's too much.
But even that, he had to back off of some of those even because he was
like,
he
right, shouldn't have done that. Fuck WWE. Yeah. Now, so here's my question though. So Ricochet apologizes, but he apologizes to Toa Leon, right? And then he looks at Bishop Khan and he's like, I don't even know about you. Did I miss something? Like, was there?
I don't think so.
Remember though, how he was like, because because he
catch this as much. Yeah.
No, so he says he apologizes to Toa Leon for pushing him away, but still wondered what Khan was doing. So he was like,
okay,
what the fuck were you up to?
Yeah. So man, it's way too early to try to be like breaking these.
No,
dudes
but
up.
it just. No. I just think it was more like a power thing, right? Like I'm the leader here.
Well, yeah. If you're just seeding that in that, he power trips sometimes. That's what you'll use later when we need to break these guys apart, right? So
right. And then he goes on and says, like, I was forced into trying to defend my title against 20 other people. I actually never got pinned.
I think I would be like, hey man, what the fuck?
And he didn't get pinned. It wasn't like he lost.
Right.
So
yeah, you feel like there should be of all the like automatic rematches. if you're in a multi-person match where you cannot be the one that gets pinned, like you feel like you should at least get a shot guaranteed to fight a one-on-one match with that person and trying to get it back.
Right. Yeah. Then he also brings up, hey, Kenny Omega, remember we wrestled each other and I beat you. So why the fuck are you number one contender? Yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, Kenny also did not make comments about somebody's illness. So maybe
yeah, that's true. So, are we going to you think we're going to do like a tune-up match for Kenny Omega, Kenny versus Ricochet before the pay-per-view?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. That feels like a little,
Yeah, that feels like a fun match.
And Ricochet's probably got to lose some matches for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, here, this one won't hurt too bad. It's Kenny Omega. Everybody loses Kenny Omega guy.
Yeah.
And he'll sell for him and it'll be fine. Yeah.
Right. And then we get to our main event. It's a no count out match. It's Darby Allin versus Roosh. And
yeah, again,
fun.
To me, like this, look, Darby Allin, if you told me he's in the main event of AEW Dynamite, 100% every day, would never question it. Roosh, however, like Roosh is awesome. Like we like Roosh, but like he has never been in a spot where I'm like, he should be on the main event of Dynamite, especially when we had a women's World Championship match just before it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know we had something to tell after this match, like we had a thing happen, but like that could have happened before. Like this didn't have to end the show. Yeah.
And he's so up and down. He'll go 4 months with like almost like how Pac. It's like we don't see Roosh for 3 months, and then he's in 4 episodes of Collision. It's like when are you? I don't know what to think of you, right?
Right.
But Darby Allin gets the victory, right? So there we go. Again, a fun fight, but we're not going to go through all the moves. But afterwards, as you mentioned, Darby Allin's like, oh God, I finally won. He rolled out the ring.
Barely beat this guy. Yeah. And
dangerous Mark Davis just fucking picked him up like a little child and said, "Waya!"
Mark Davis, for what it's worth, thick bastard. He's probably really strong. He's probably a really strong fella.
Yeah. And so the Don Callis family is beating up on Darby.
Yeah,
meanwhile,
they give him a what for? They give him a decent beat down here too. This isn't, Darby's like, give it to me hard, right? Like,
right. But up on the ramp or the entrance or whatever you want to call it, Andrade's like, hey, Don, what the fuck are we doing? This is stupid.
Yeah, are we seeing some things with the Don Callis family here? Is this all going to fracture? Because, like people are questioning his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily notice major cliques breaking apart, right?
No.
Not like that, but it's just people being like, Don, what?
I could see star breakouts, right? Where I could see Andrade, because I think they found something with Andrade of take pictures with hot girls.
Yeah, I'm the playboy, right? Yeah.
Right? You don't need to be in a family.
Take your shirt off, put a hat on, and let's do something. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Kyle Fletcher, I think, is a main event star, so he doesn't need a family. He can just be Kyle Fletcher.
Right.
Okada and Takeshita, I think, do need someone, but they can also stand on their own a little bit,
To tell this story, there is a language barrier there, so having somebody there to kind of like be an intermediary between them as they tell the story would help. Yeah.
Yeah. But Okada, I mean, not to say Okada would be the babyface, but Okada as a heel, just the looks and saying bitch is getting him over way more than it should. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think there could be, I would not be shocked if Andrade beats Darby. And I was like, that felt bad. And Don Callis like, hey, be a fucking man. And then he's like, what? And then they get into a thing and they beat up Andrade.
Especially if they make Andrade a face and now he's taking the pictures with the ladies. Ain't he's a good guy?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I
start doing meet and greets with him where ladies are lining up, touch his abs and stuff. Abs.
He always wears breakaway pants. So like he puts them on and he rips them off. Yeah. Takes the picture, snaps them all back together.
He just has to have like a little, like a trap door on the pants. Just do that over the abs. Just like open like the trap door in the suit just to show the abs and then put it back.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this an ab reveal shirt. The ab flasher.
So that's how we end it, is Darby Allin in the ring, all bloody and beat up, and we're done with Dynamite.
Yeah, it does feel like we kind of did the show in reverse.
Yeah.
Feels like we did it backwards. Like he took the Excel spreadsheet and said, whoop.
I hit F6 instead of F2. Oh, damn.
Yeah. He sorted ascending. He should have sorted ascending and he sorted descending. Tony.
And then he printed it, and that's what happened. So
Tony.
But that's our AEW Dynamite for the week. We get
That's the Dynamite
Collision
for this week that happened now, in the now. But Tom, let's talk about the past, right? Let's hop in the All Elite time machine and go
Back in time.
right?
All right.
For anybody playing along, we like to look back, and I picked something that's going to happen over the next week because ideally I would clip this portion and put it on social media, but I don't really have time. Anybody wants to do any free labor for us and be an intern,
have some fun.
We'll talk. But we like to take a little trip back in time, see something that happened this week in AEW's history. So, Tom, let's see what it was. On this day. All right. Where are we at? Let me get better. We're going back exactly 5 years, March 31st, 2021. Dynamite was live from Daly's Place in Jacksonville. The main event of the evening was a completely chaotic, incredibly fun gimmick match called Arcade Anarchy. Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy were taking on Miro and Kip Sabian, and to fit the theme, the ringside arena was surrounded by actual arcade cabinets, whack-a-mole games, air hockey tables, and the like. During the match, Penelope Ford tried to interfere on behalf of Miro and Kip when suddenly a returning star who had been out for nearly a year with a torn ACL made a shocking return to even the odds. Who was it, and how did they return?
So they popped up in the grab hand thing, that
claw machine. You're right.
The claw machine. Yeah. And Chris Statlander fucking just yeeted that glass right into Penelope's face.
Yeah, right out to shoot. Yeah. Yes. Isn't that fun? Wasn't this great?
Yeah.
This is also, you'll remember, Sue in the white minivan. It's
Sue. Right there. Remember that when she left after the parking lot brawl against Santana and Ortiz? One of the greatest matches of all time.
This was really when I was coming around. Like, I had started watching AEW because you'd said to do it right, and so we was really starting to get deep into it. And this is when it hit. I was like, this is a party. It's always a party. Like, it feels like a party when I watch this show.
Well, and this is what I think is, again, AEW is great. There is nothing wrong at all with AEW. I have heard, though, and even Will Ospreay says, restore the feeling, right? I think some of the feeling is the quirkiness, is a fucking claw machine next to the ring, or Jericho and MJF singing at a diner. Like,
it feels like a celebration of pro wrestling for pro wrestling's sake, right?
Yeah.
They're not taking it too seriously, but also we'll get serious in that it's like real pro wrestling. We're celebrating that that's what we're here for, right? Again, we're here to have a good time, Because, I mean, even more recently, you go to Adam Cole and MJF at an Outback Steakhouse because they're going to take on Aussie Open and want to know more about their opponents. Yeah. I like it. That's the stuff I want, right? Like, I want some of that. Not everything has to be, and in fact, not everything should be that, right? But something should be that arcing. It's not even every show, but something should be an active storyline that has some quirkiness to it. Yeah,
because and I'm not saying this character needs to do this, but what I'm getting at more often or more so is I don't need 10 Tommaso Ciampas saying, now hell will be paid for all who get in my way, right? That's fine. But we also need the
best friends.
Yeah, the best
chainsaw
friends
out in a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember that?
We need a little bit more quirkiness. Yeah, we need.
That's Bryce. I think it was Bryce was like, "Stop! What are you doing?"
What? Yeah, no holds barred, right? Fucking go on. Yeah. I do think that that's some of the stuff that's missing from Restore the Feeling is the uniqueness and quirkiness of AEW. That's what I would say. And again, they had to during COVID, but I also think they hit something with that, and that's what would be fun to see more of.
Right.
So
I'm reminded, remember WWE did that fucking screen crowd thing?
Mm-hmm. And Kenny Omega was one of the people. Do you remember that? Kenny Omega was one of the fans. Yeah. So they had 10, 100 faces. And Kenny Omega was like, what's up? Yeah. They're like, is that Kenny Omega? And he's like, hey, guys. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's just like, I'm a fan. I'm going to watch this. It sounds fun.
Well, I mean, why not? It's an experience. Let's see what we're going to do. COVID, man, really fucked everybody up in more ways than one, right? That was one.
When we do these back in times and all of that, honestly, the hardest stuff to remember is COVID to now. I got 2019 to 1985.
Yeah, it's probably the COVID that did that to you.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? But like did Christian wrestle Adam Cole? Like, fuck, I don't remember. Like,
I saw a recent breakthrough on the COVID where they discovered that if you were to take vitamin D treatments while you had the COVID, it won't help your COVID. What it'll help is preventing you from having the long COVID that you could get, right? So now that's saying if you got the long COVID, the vitamin D ain't gonna help you either. It's had you taken the vitamin D whilst having the COVID, less likely to get the long COVID. Isn't that weird? Weird stuff.
Man, I remember, speaking about that real quick, I got tested maybe once a week for 6 months. Remember, I was still working fights during that time period?
Yeah.
So I had to go through the athletic commission and still, man, I know I never got COVID because I fucking got tested. It felt like my nose. I remember one time.
I didn't catch it for a year and a half. Like I thought I couldn't catch it because everybody else had it and I never had it.
Well, and my wife got it once and I was like, nerd. And I didn't get it. Fucking, your immune system's a bitch, you know? I was like, but yeah, I remember one time before a fight night testing, and it was like my nose was so raw from the Q-tips. I was like, "Hey, Adam, we gotta fucking chill. Like, stop making me work these because my nose hurts so much."
Jerk off in a cup or something. Like
come on, man. Right? Yeah, get me. I'll take my blood,
please, because I did. I got one right here.
Throws it at him and runs.
That's the way to get. Like, can I just jerk off in a cup or something instead of doing this? Like, here, I already did. I'm here.
Yeah.
Hand him a cup.
Oddly enough, it's already done. What? No. Yeah. Yeah, because he says yes.
I was anticipating this ahead of time. I was trying to be proactive.
Yeah. So there you go. That was
maybe our advice isn't the best, but if you want advice from us, feel free to email us at aewrapup@gmail.com. You can ask us advice. You can type out a thing. You can talk about wrestling. You can record it, audio or video, send it to us. We'll read it or play it here. You can also donate at alleatewrapup.com. Check out all the other links. And I got nothing else. You, Tom? No, just a dance. That's all you got? All right.
I will see you next week, dumbass.